morning, Sin City, and welcome to another episode of the Social Media Show. I'm your host, Sam Dever, joined here today with our awesome co-host, Asia Jade.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. It's Monday. We're feeling good, and we have a very extremely special guest in the building, Adam Dukes from Sin City Local. Adam, welcome.
Hey, welcome, Sam. Thank you.
And this isn't the first time we've sat down for an interview.
Oh, it's not. Hopefully this one works.
And we'll get into that here in a little bit. But Adam, for the people that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do out here?
Originally from a small town in Michigan, came out here in 06 after 25 years of snow and gray skies. Moved to Vegas, construction degree, worked on the Strip, City Center, Fontainebleau. Just got wore out with that.
Wow.
Kind of got into the whole internet marketing, web design, self-taught myself everything with YouTube videos, thousands of dollars in ebooks and guides and all that stuff. So started a web design company at the end of 2010. Still have that. Just kind of refocused, kind of rebranded last summer. Published my first book on social media. They said what on Amazon, and then started a social media agency. Then at the beginning of this year, I just love Facebook for business, for B2C, business to consumer. I didn't have a big presence for my business because I'm in B2B. I focus more on LinkedIn. So it was a tough sell when the business owners are like, well, you only have 27 fans. You don't even update it. So I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So I started kind of a community page, the Sin City Local page of just a bunch of local residents here in Vegas. And like I said, I'm from a small town in Michigan. Community was everything. And it just didn't feel like we had it here. So I'm trying to create that, I guess, digitally. And so far it's been a success, I think. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's very time consuming, but it's been a blast.
Right.
Just interacting with the local people. And I think people are getting a lot of value out of it.
Absolutely. And Asia, do you have a question?
Yeah, I understand. Well, as we know, you interview people based on Google or the Hangouts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we had a little hiccup with ours, but that's okay. That's why we brought you in.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start interviewing business people?
I thought it was a good way. People were asking what they wanted out of the community, and that's my biggest thing with that Facebook page is it's their community. It's not mine.
Right.
I started it, okay? But what do they want out of it? We do sweepstakes contests, and I asked them, what would you like to win as the prize? You know, the number one thing overall actually was grocery gift card. So we did a giveaway for a Walmart card. And then people complained, I don't shop at Walmart. And so it's really hard to please everyone, obviously. Then everyone wanted a gas card. And so then I asked them, what do you guys want for small business owners? And they said, could you feature them somehow on community page? And they were saying, how about links to their website? And I just didn't see any value in a link to their website. After a couple, you know, it's pointless. Kind of like Groupon in your email, you know, it's pointless now because I don't read them. So I thought, oh, the interviews would be cool. And so I started doing the Google Hangouts because it was convenient for me. I didn't have to drive, and we could just do it sitting at my computer, sometimes in my boxer shorts, you know, nobody can see me. And obviously I did. Actually,
That's awesome.
That wasn't the
That
first
is
time I
awesome.
screwed up. That was the second time I screwed up the Google Hangouts, or it didn't record. We didn't do it on air or something. But yeah, then it gave me the chance to come in here, and production value is a lot higher.
Everything
in this
happens
one.
for a reason.
Yeah,
Everything happens for a reason.
exactly. Yep.
Well, and that's so cool. Our friend Jessica Northey over at Country Music Chat, she's the one that hit me to Google Hangouts and how easy they were to do, but how effective they can be. So I think that's so cool.
Yep.
That you're just doing these Google Hangouts with all these different businesses, and it shows people the power of social media and how these tools are available to anyone. You don't need a huge fancy studio or camera equipment to start getting the ball rolling on interviewing people.
Yep,
Awesome.
absolutely. And the learning curve actually has been surprisingly with business owners, you know, that aren't techie, that don't know the social media stuff, the internet stuff. It's actually been a very simple walkthrough on the phone, you know, just a few minutes, and they're, oh wow, I'm on camera, you know, and it's set up. So there's no like software to download. That was the beauty of the Google Hangouts. And then recently, I was interviewing a tanning place, and they had like a virus on their computer. So they said, could you come out in person? So I've been kind of shifting a little bit and doing more in person. It takes a lot longer, but I'm just getting to sit down. I sat down with a guy that owned kind of like a funeral home service, and he specializes, I've never heard of this and never thought of it, but people die when they come to Las Vegas. He specializes in shipping them back to wherever they're from. You know, I would have never thought of that.
It's true. EDC was a big weekend for deaths.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Someone has to send them back.
Yeah, I never thought there was like a niche or an industry for that. And we sat and talked for 3 hours, you know, just it was just really interesting to find out, you know. And the Google Hangout, I probably wouldn't have got that because it would probably been 5 or 10 minutes, you know. But it was really cool that we just sat down and talked for a while. And I think I've interviewed 27 business owners, and 3 of them are from Michigan, which is so weird, you know. So usually those conversations go a lot longer.
Absolutely.
Just kind of sharing stories and stuff like that.
Midwest,
so
Midwest represent. Illinois myself. Yeah. We escaped the snow, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Although I wouldn't mind it right now. A little snow.
It's kind of hot.
106. Yeah, I could take it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. I know. Asia and I have talked about what we like about interviewing is you get to learn.
Yes.
From people.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the education you're getting, just on business in general, social media too, obviously, but just learning from these business owners and picking their brain and
absolutely.
Getting inside what makes them tick and everything has to be a great experience. So, is there any particular interview that sticks out to you that's been your favorite?
I don't know if I really had a favorite. Like I said, the interesting one, that mortuary kind of funeral.
Yeah,
that was just interesting. There was a lady I interviewed. She does doggy yoga and she's certified.
What?
I did not know there was such thing as doggy yoga and
How
massage.
does that work?
And that you could get certified.
And massage?
You bring the mat and they have the dog and you like lift it. It's crazy. I'm serious. I never knew that, you know, and I would have probably never known that, but it was cool. I sat out. We did it outside actually. We sat at a dog park and she explained. And she's certified, so it's not like she just came up with it. There's a certification.
There's a board, right?
Yeah,
exactly. A board for it.
Yeah, so
that is insane.
Yeah, so some people have a lot of money to waste on, or to spend. I shouldn't say waste on
doggy
yoga, you know. So. So it's just there's just a couple ones that kind of stick out.
Right.
Not necessarily favorites, but they're just interesting. I get to know.
Might have been a little more unique than others, perhaps.
Yes, exactly. But no, that it was nice that I got to come down here. Like I said, the in-person, I'm just getting a lot more value. I'm just sitting here learning kind of about this whole studio. I like the in-person a lot better. It's just not as convenient as the hangout. And I was trying to promote using social media to connect Las Vegas is kind of my what is my why, my tagline, hence the Google Hangouts and the Facebook. Right. But I'm still using, YouTube, I guess, with the videos, you know, so I'm still kind of social media. It's just more in person.
No, absolutely. Bringing it from online to real life.
Of course.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Definitely more personable, too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is a lot. And it's weird. Sometimes they'll say, how long is this going to take? And I'll say, it's been 15 minutes for one business, you know, they're really busy, do an interview and then gone. And some, like I said, take 3.5 hours. It just kind of depends. We just get talking about just all kinds of things. I sat with a cosmetic dentist, kind of learned that whole industry and whitening. And I thought it was boring beforehand, but I sat and met with her and her husband, you know, and they just enlightened me on this whole cosmetic dentistry, which I found pretty interesting. He ended up buying me lunch. It was kind of just... It was cool.
Yeah,
it wasn't expected, you know. And he's like, "Hey, you want lunch?" And I was going, "Yeah, sure." So, so the in-person's been a lot of fun.
Okay,
absolutely.
And I have one goal. I know we talked on the interview. I think you said Wayne Newton was kind of your guy. So that got me thinking. I was like, I kind of
Mr. Vegas, are you out there, Mr. Vegas? I want Wayne Newton sitting in that chair. Okay, but continue.
No, so that got me thinking. And I know I said on the Hangout, I think I said Dana White. That was just kind of what came to my head. But I think Tony Hsieh is kind of my Wayne Newton, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-called Wayne Newton. Just because what he's doing downtown, you know, small business, entrepreneur, tech. So that's kind of my Wayne Newton. So I'm trying to think of some creative way I was thinking about like making like a whole outfit, like fluorescent pink and walking down the street downtown, you know, just to get people's attention. Oh, I know, Tony, come here, you know, something to stand out, like you were talking about earlier. You got to be unique.
Anyone watching this, Tony, if you're watching, or anyone downtown that works closely with him, give Adam a ring.
Call me.
Give him a call. So other than the online community that you were speaking of and Google Hangouts, how else do you use social media in order to interact with people and get them onto your show to be interviewed?
I've had the best. I've had kind of just mixed success with a couple from Twitter, a couple from LinkedIn, a couple from Google Plus, a couple from the Facebook page. We cold email a lot, which doesn't work. Everyone's so like hesitant. Free interview. No, what's the catch? What's the catch? That's what everyone thinks. Someone wanted to sign a contract, and I said there's no money exchange, but she was worried I was going to maybe sell the video interview to someone. Just that's how it is out here. Kind of people are jaded. She had said she'd been burned before, so it actually is really hard. People don't believe that it's free. And it is free publicity for them, but I'm getting content from my site. I'm learning, like we just talked about. So I'm getting out of it. There's quite a bit I'm getting out of it as well,
Absolutely.
But they don't see it like that. They just think I'm offering, and it is free, but I'm scratching their back with the publicity, but they're also scratching my back. I'm learning about all kinds of different things, like you said, business, and just getting to know business owners better. So, but people are really hesitant. So I kind of test them all out. I can't say one certainly sticks out and works the best.
What's your favorite part about social media?
Twitter's my favorite, channel, and I think it's the best for any business if it's used properly.
Why is that?
I think it's therapeutic. If I'm having a bad day, I follow just a lot of funny people, a lot of weird, funny people. But there's my sister and I send text to each other. Some tweets that don't want to retweet, they might be a little edgy. So we TTOD, or TOTD. We text each other to tweet funny tweets, and some people are hilarious. So I think, and it's just a lot of, I cannot watch live sports without Twitter. I cannot even be 30 seconds behind a sporting event on the DVR without, because I'll see it on Twitter, and just the immediate update with the whole Boston bombing. Oh
my goodness, yes.
I went to Twitter before I went to Google, because Twitter had,
of course,
the information, whether it was 100% accurate or not, but Google had nothing on it. It was insane how fast it spread via social media.
Definitely.
I'm with you on Twitter, and we've talked, other guests have mentioned Twitter. It's Twitter. All the other platforms are awesome, and the new ones coming out are incredible. Twitter's the one that is here to stay.
It's just instant. It's just instant information.
You can connect with anyone, especially they follow you back. You can take it straight to DM, and business meetings. And I know for myself have started that way. You just start following each other, then you take it to direct message, a little more professional, and then boom, you have a meeting in person. So it happens so quick.
Yes, exactly.
Like you said, and you're the first person that's interesting, therapeutic, and you are right. You do choose who you follow. So if you want to, you can kind of use it for your own self therapy. Really, if you're feeling down, let's start talking to some funny, positive people.
Yes, no,
I follow
absolutely.
Will Ferrell. He makes me laugh all day.
There's some hilarious, like Jenny
Aziz
Johnson.
Ansari,
I don't know Jenny Johnson. She's like a news anchor out of Texas. Oh my God,
hilarious,
absolute Jenny Johnson.
Jenny Johnson.
High five, I think.
We're gonna go follow her after this.
Yeah, me too.
Hilarious. It's kind of vulgar, but hilarious.
Kind of vulgar. Oh, that's just my girl, Jenny Johnson. I'm coming for you.
But a lot of businesses,
Jenny Johnson.
a lot of people on Twitter, they're like, "What am I gonna say?" When you're first introducing. But for business, listening, there's a lot of people that complain about, I need a new car. Dealerships, jump on Twitter, search for, I need a new car, looking for a new car. My car broke down. All these different little strings, my tooth hurts, I'm going to the dentist. People like to complain on the Twitter, and if you're a business, you're solving someone's problem. So search for those strings, and it's perfect.
Very good point, good point. We had Ryan Shuchuk on from Vegas.com last week, and he had mentioned how he searches for intent. People that are thinking about coming to Vegas.
Yes.
So same theory.
Yeah.
People. The power of the hashtags. I've worked with cigar guys. Simply type in #cigar, and you're gonna find who's talking and who's interested in cigars.
Yes.
So it's a great way to find that. Awesome conversation, Adam. Now, for people that don't know, where can we find you? Where can we find the show? All your plugs, all your links.
Well, Facebook, or I guess Sin City Local is the Facebook community, the website. The interview, Adam Dukes, pretty much. Yeah, just Google it. I think I do dominate. Now the first page of Google, I kind of set up that on purpose a couple of years ago. I didn't know how it all worked, but now it does.
Got the Google authorship?
Yes, absolutely.
With the picture.
Absolutely. Yeah, and actually a client a couple of weeks ago called me out because I have sunglasses on in my picture, and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't look that professional." And that's a whole different topic. I'm more of a polo and shorts guy.
Right.
Flip flops, but people have talked me into dressing business, But just search Adam Dukes. Twitter is Adam Dukes 21. Sin City Local would be the best page for the Facebook group, the Facebook community and that. So
perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in studio today. I'm so glad. And for people that don't know, we all connected from Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, that was.
This interview is from Twitter.
Yes, exactly.
And that's awesome.
Exactly.
We look forward to coming back on to your show, and keep doing what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing.
Cool, thank you.
Keep
Yeah,
it up.
you guys too.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. This is really cool. And go get Mr. Vegas, Mr. Newton.
Go get Tony Shea.
Yeah,
sir.
I will.
Hey, if you can find Wayne and I can find
Yeah,
Tony, let's
exactly.
let's do it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Sounds good.
Adam, thank you so much.
All right, thanks,
really
guys. I appreciate
it.
it. Thank you.